Based on the book written by Ira Levine in 1967, and later adapted into a film by Roman Polanski in 1968, Rosemary's Baby is a cult classic horror film. Rosemary's Baby tells the story of a young Catholic homemaker, Rosemary Woodhouse, and her struggling actor husband, Guy. The couple moves into the Bramford, New York City's iconic building, brimming with unpleasant stories of obscure dwellers and ghastly occurrences. Before long, the eccentric next-door neighbors, Roman and Minnie Castevet, befriend the young couple. Shortly afterwards, however, Rosemary gets pregnant. As the inexperienced mother becomes systematically cut off from her circle of friends, alarming hints of a sinister, well-planned conspiracy starts to emerge, enfolding timid Rosemary in a shroud of suspicion and mental agony. Rosemary's Baby is a perfect example of how a director's creative choices help to shape the viewer's expectations by summoning up curiosity, suspense, and other emotional qualities. Even in the first 20 minutes of the film, Polanski creates a disturbing undertone. Rosemary and her husband are told by a friend that the Bramford, the apartment they're moving into, has an unpleasant reputation. Hutch tells them that a person called Adrian Marcanto used to live in the apartment less than a century ago. He was believed to practice witchcraft. In fact, people speculate that he conjured up a living Satan. Furthermore, Hutch tells them that
this house has a high incidence of unpleasant happenings. In '59, a dead infant was found wrapped in newspaper in the basement.
Polanski adds this scene at the beginning of the film to set up the viewer's expectations about the Bramford, specifically summoning suspense and curiosity, ultimately preparing the viewer to expect terrible things to occur in the Bramford. Polanski fulfills this expectation many times throughout the film. Along with setting up the viewer's expectations to create fear and unease, Polanski uses demonic symbolism to implicitly tell the viewer that Rosemary's paranoia is justified. For example, her neighbors have a black cat, which is commonly known as a sign of witchcraft. Furthermore, early in the film, Rosemary hears chanting from her neighbors. Incantation or chanting is a characteristic of curses and conjuring spirits. Throughout the film, there are many uses of demonic symbolism to help reinforce the viewer's suspicion, and Rosemary's, of her neighbors being witches. The ending of any film has the task of satisfying or cheating the expectations prompted by the film as a whole. At the end of Rosemary's Baby, Rosemary faces the fact that she was raped by the devil and gave birth to the Antichrist. Possibly even more disturbing, she was given to the witch's coven by her husband because he was promised a successful career if Rosemary was successfully impregnated. When Rosemary looks at the baby for the first time, she says,
"What have you done to it? What have you done to its eyes?"
He has his father's eyes.
At the end of the film, the viewer never actually sees the baby in the bassinet. All we see is Rosemary's horrified reaction and the excited reaction from the coven of witches. Some people might find the end of Rosemary's Baby to be a disappointment, believing that Polanski cheated their expectations by not showing the baby. I, however, disagree. I think it's more disturbing that we never visually see the baby. The viewer has to rely on their own expectations created by Polanski throughout the film and their imagination. Personally, I think a person's imagination is far superior than anything special effects, costumes, or makeup could create.